When you step into the Centro Histórico de San Salvador, the air itself feels alive. There's rhythm here, the sound of vendors calling out prices, bus horns echoing off old walls, the smell of roasted corn, grilled meat, and diesel mixing together. It's messy, it's loud, and it's beautiful. The first thing you realize is that this place isn't trying to impress anyone. It's just being real, raw Salvadoran life, block after block. These streets have seen centuries of struggle and survival. The city of San Salvador was founded nearly 500 years ago, first at a different site, then rebuilt here after uprisings, earthquakes, and floods. Over time, it became the beating heart of the country, a city that refused to die, no matter how many times it was knocked down. And the market, it's been here through it all. When you talk to older vendors, they'll tell you stories. How their grandparents sold fruit here before the Civil War, how their parents rebuilt after earthquakes, how they themselves now watch over the same stores every morning before sunrise. This is where generations come to earn a living, one transaction at a time. A woman named Rosa once told me, Aquí nadie, rinde. No one gives up here. She's been selling papayas for 30 years. Her daughter now helps her on weekends, studying accounting during the week. Rosa laughs and says, maybe one day she'll run her own shop, but I'll still be here. This is home. That's what makes San Salvador's markets so powerful. They're not just about buying and selling. They're about belonging. Every tienda, every tiny shop, is a story of persistence. The country's economy might look small on paper, but walk through these streets and you'll see the real numbers. Hundreds of thousands of Salvadorans hustling daily, creating their own microeconomy without waiting for help. Economists call it the informal sector. I call it the human engine of El Salvador. It's where money circulates fast. A man sells phone charges for a few dollars, buys lunch from the taco lady, she pays her neighbor for rent, he buys shoes from another store. The cycle never stops. There's no corporate ladder here, just people keeping each other afloat. But behind this energy lies a quiet question. What's next for San Salvador? You can feel the city changing. After decades of instability, there's a new push to clean up the downtown. Repaint the old facades, repair the roads, bring in tourists. You'll see murals blooming on the sides of crumbling buildings, old theaters coming back to life, and young artists mixing traditional crafts with digital design. The spirit of renewal is real. And yet, many locals worry. They've seen other Latin American cities modernize and lose their soul. They wonder, will development push out the small vendors, the very people who kept this place alive when nobody else cared? You sense that tension everywhere. A teenager sells used sneakers next to a century-old church. A family runs a juice stand across from a new cafe, where the menu is in English. The old and the new are negotiating space, and both are trying to survive. Still, there's a kind of hope here that you can't measure in GDP. El Salvador's economy grows only a few percent a year, but optimism grows faster. You see it in the eyes of the young. Kids selling bracelets, teens rapping by the cathedral steps, women managing online sales from their stores. The future isn't coming from outside. It's growing right here, between these streets. Rosa once said something I'll never forget. When there's no money, we create it. That's the Salvadoran way. People here turn problems into opportunities. When times were bad, they started selling second-hand clothes. Now it's a thriving industry. When the pandemic hit, vendors moved online, using WhatsApp to take orders. When electricity is unreliable, they share power from one store to another. There's always a way. And it's not just survival, it's creativity. Salvadorans have a gift for making something out of nothing. They decorate their stands with plastic flowers, hand-painted signs, bits of colored tape. Even the smallest stall has personality, like a fingerprint, unique and proud. As you walk deeper into the market, you realize that everything you need to understand about this country is right here. You'll find faith in the little altars tucked between shop shelves. You'll find humor in the jokes shouted from one stall to another. And you'll find resilience in the hands that never stop working. history lives here too. San Salvador has survived earthquakes that leveled entire neighborhoods, fires that destroyed blocks of commerce, civil war that tore families apart. And yet people kept coming back to sell, to rebuild, to keep moving forward. Even today, the scars are visible. Cracks in the walls, faded murals, stories whispered in quiet corners. But so is the pride of a nation that refuses to give up its identity. Here in the Centro Histórico, life isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. The city might change, the economy might shift, but the people, they remain the same. Proud, creative, unbreakable. This market isn't just the heart of San Salvador, it is San Salvador.